And so this is some of the stories. There's deeper pagan traditions that come with this time of the year. It has to do with Lupercalia and erotic love notes and messages that are being, there's all sorts of wild games that go on at this time of the year. It's the Eros of the earth, right? So it's the Eros of the spring awakening. So however it is that you want to come to it, in the yoga tradition, there are stories too. There are stories of Shiva, who is in the deepest grief from the loss of his beloved known as Sati. And Sati threw herself into an alchemical fire and burned to ash when she was insulted at this great fire ceremony, insulted by the king, who was her own father. And so Shiva, in his grief, ended up carrying her charred bones and ashes and howling through the universe. And where parts of her ashes and body fell became pilgrimage centers all throughout India. But then Shiva goes into the recluse. He goes into a shell. He completely says, no more of this world, I'm done. And he closes himself deep in a yogic tapasya, so fierce that no one or nothing can penetrate it. But what happens is that there are demons running amok all over the planet Earth. And the prophecy is that only the child of Shiva, the next child of Shiva, can actually defeat the great demon that is taking over with corruption and greed and ruining the whole planet. And so they have to awaken the Eros, the love power of Shiva at this time when nothing can penetrate him. So Sati reincarnates and becomes born as the daughter of the mountain, the jewel of the sunrise, and the daughter of the mountain known as Parvati. And she goes about all these different ways to become the alchemical fire of love itself. And then she has a sister friend who's known as Rati, who is the springtime. So here we are, all in the codes of Eros of spring. And Rati, the goddess of spring, just so happens to be married to who? To Kamadeva. So Kama is the lord of desire and has a bow and arrow made out of sugarcane, made out of honeybees humming the mantras, and has 5 flowering arrows. And when one of these flowering arrows strikes you, you can't help but completely awaken into the power of love. So everyone goes to Kamadeva, and Parvati says to her sister spring, Rati, she says, do you think that your husband, your beloved, your consort Kama will come and shoot one of his fiery love arrows into Shiva to awaken him? And she's like, oh gosh, anyone who strikes Shiva certainly is going to be incinerated and annihilated in the moment, but I'll ask him. And so then Parvati says, I'll make you a promise that even if Shiva incinerates Kamadeva and annihilates him through his third eye laser power, I will make sure that when Shiva fully awakens and is reunited with me, that we refashion and bring Kamadeva into resurrected form. So the agreement is made and they do it. Kamadeva goes into the secret cave of Shiva, of course, and pulls the arrow. It just nicks Shiva. So it only just like barely touches him, but it's enough. And Shiva's third eye opens and he incinerates Kamadeva just like that in a flash. So the story continues. Eventually, Shiva remembers the full power of love and the full power of love with his beloved Parvati. They're reunited, and Kamadeva is refashioned and resurrected and incarnated again. So these are some of the stories. Now, I think some of the keys and codes for us mythically and in our own meaning in life and the power of our vision is that we want to strengthen the vitality of our vision And it requires that we go deep inside. It requires that we make a new move sometimes. So we might be in a certain place, like in our own mindset. No, I'll never love again. No, I don't want anything to do with this world. No, I tried that. I learned my lesson. I'm not going to do it again. You know, we have all these things that happen. And yet, the eros of life insists, the eros of the soul, the longing of the soul insists that we show up yet again. Just like Valentine said, the vision is to serve love. And it's not supported by the outer world, by the empire. In fact, I might even die for this. And yet goes deep into the heart, deep into the forest of the heart, and says, I am in solidarity with the power of love, and I am in service of that, and serves it fully. Okay, so it's like that for each of us too. What is the vision that is most alive, calling the deepest soul longing of your being, your heart fire vision? Are you willing to break through your own limiting beliefs? Are you willing to go so deep to be in service of the power of that vision with your full love, your full vitality, your full, holy, biggest, most amazing yes of your being? That's what we're here for. So thanks for being part of Alchemy. Let's alchemize. Here's the mantra in the chat. This mantra is the mantra of the awakening of the three eyes and the spirit fire vision bright eye. And it says, may I strengthen this vision and call forth the sweetest fragrance of my own soul. That's like the eros, the fragrance of the spring flowers, the eros of the earth, the eros of the soul calling us yet again. May this sweetest fragrance of my soul, may I know it. May I grow it. May I glow it. Right? And then it's going to say, just like the ripe cucumber falls from the vine, so too, like our own karmas, may my own limiting beliefs now be so ripe, and may I be so done with them that they fall from the vine and awaken me into the immortal elixir, the healing elixir, the elixir. And even in the greatest fear, even if I have the fear of death itself, may I know this immortal elixir, may I be it, may I serve it, may I offer it. Om Triambakam Yajamahe, Sugandim Pushtivardhanam, Urdvaru Kamiva Pandanan, Mrityor Mukshya Mamritat. So let's chant. And great, thank you. So Susan's putting that mantra back in. Vessels of love, here we are. You can community tend, hello everyone, and write in your visions. I know that I wanted to take a little time to set some of these stories in place so you have the codes, and we'll have a beautiful, awesome practice now. Thank you, thank you. Here we go. Anchor it down and in, and blaze it, reach it. Rise and tall, shining, full vessel of love, love and action here to serve. Let's chant one blessing Om and then this mantra that's in the chat box there. Exhale, breathe it out, and inhale. Om Triambakam Yajamahe, Sugandim Pushtivardhanam, Udvarukamiva Bandhanan, Mrityor Mukshya Mamritat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe, Sugandim Pushtivardhanam, Udvarukamiva Bandhanan, Mrityormukshya mamritat. Om Triambakam yajamahe. Sugandhim pushtivadanam. Udvarukamiva bandhanan. Mrityormukshya mamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you. Reach it up and pull it down and in. Inhale through the nose, exhale down and out through the mouth. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach it up, hold the breath in, shine this vision, reach for this vision, clarify this vision, rise with this vision, and exhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose a little shorter, out through the mouth a little longer. Let's pulse it, let's rasify it, let's alchemize it. Here we go. Three, 2, and 1. Inhale, pull it in and tap everywhere. Just tap everywhere. Exhale, breathe it out and make some sound. Tap, 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 tap. Wake it up, shake it up, and release. Next round. Three, 2, and 1. Inhale, squeeze it in, squeeze it all in. Hold, hold, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Really squeeze it into center. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Dragon style. And third and final round. Keep that going. Breathe out a little more. Clear out these limiting beliefs, these toxic narratives, whatever it is that is blocking you, limiting you. Farewell, goodbye. Thanks for all that. And now you can leave. And 3, and 2, and 1. Ground it. Index fingers together. Inhale, pull it in to this heart fire vision. Anchor it down into the roots, and next inhale, blaze it and be it, believe it. Hold your breath in. And release. Okay, awesome Alchemy family. See you on the mat.